Thanks everybody for coming. I'm going to start this kind of like a movie. You know, some of the movies that you see where they open up the movie and you see the setting and things are going crazy and the world is just about to end. And you wonder, are they going to be able to save the world? And then they go back in time to the beginning of how it all got there. So I'm going to ask you to start a challenge group to announce to the world today, not tomorrow, not this week, not next week, but today. You're going to go on Facebook, you're going to go on Twitter, you're going to announce to the world that you are starting a challenge group the first week of January. And you're going to put it out there. You can pick the program, you can say it's P90X, you can say it's Slim and 6, whatever program you want to do. But right now is a great time to, when people are thinking about partying and thinking about the holidays, it's easy for them to rationalize their lifestyle over the rest of, or for December, if they know that the first week of January, they're going to burn it all off, right? So you're going to put it out there. You're going to put it out today. Go to a Starbucks, go to a gas station, go to the library, go on Twitter, go on Facebook, and tell people that you're starting a challenge group and you've got exactly 5 positions in it. That's going to happen today. And that's going to take courage. So the question is, can you lead in a way that holds people accountable? Because that's what we need. Do you have the courage to hold people accountable? Because that is not easy. Because nobody wants to be a pain in the butt to their friends. But everybody wants to see their friends feeling healthy and fit. Everybody wants to see their friends achieving their goals to lead healthy, fulfilling lives. But that takes accountability. That takes some leadership. So the question is, do you have the courage? Back in 1994, I was working at a company called Telemerica, and it was a little direct response marketing company. We did spots and we did things. We had one product called the Instant Flower Garden, which was a roll of hay with seeds. You water it and flowers came up. Just $29.95. And I was in a product development meeting with my boss and partner at the time, and I said, I had this idea for a fitness product. And I was kind of nervous about it because I had never pitched any of my ideas. We had found our products and catalogs and stuff like that. And he said, all right, what's the idea? And I said, well, it's an 8-minute ab program. It's called 8-Minute Abs, where you just get down and do 8 minutes of a workout. And he just about laughed me out of his office. And it's like, who's going to spend $20 on 8 minutes of VHS videotape? And I was like, I would. I don't want to. I'm actually going to pay you $20 not to add anything more, because I don't want to do 9 minutes or 10 minutes or 20 minutes or an hour worth of video. I just want to do the 8 minutes. He's like, all right, go ahead, let's do it. So we did this thing, and within 2 years we had sold 2 million copies of that video. Just 5 people in the company. Nice little success story for the company, and really actually made it big. And I said, no, look, I think we've got something here. These videos, you know, I said, if we can continue to make the living room or the basement a compelling place to work out, I don't like to go to the gym. I think people are going to buy more of these videos. And that's when Tybo had just come out. I was like, there's something here. And he was like, no, come up with another gardening idea. And anyway, that partnership didn't work out so good. So I did some other work, worked for other companies, moved out here, met John Congdon, and in the process, you know, an entrepreneur really can't sit still all that well. So at one point in the transition that John and I were working at this other company, we had sold that business off on their behalf. And I said, John, I've got a bunch of ideas here, and you and I really have a great working relationship. And again, it took some courage, but I said, would you like to join me? I'm going to put up all the money that I have and try to start this company. We're going to call it Product Partners and see if we can make a go of it. Because a lot of people, because of the 8-Minute Abs things and other things that I'd done, wanted me to develop products for them. I'm like, well, if everybody wants to pay me to do it, I'm just going to do it, and I'm going to see if I can raise some money. So I put my money in, I got a bunch of other guys to put their money in. Every time I'm asking for money, I'm realizing that I'm asking them for $25,000 or $50,000 investment on the theory that I can do this again, that I can come up with another idea that makes money. And so, you know, and I said, look, I don't know, they were like, what kind of company is it going to be? And I said, well, I'm going to do the same thing that I did at the beginning. That big success I had with 8-Minute Abs, I got another idea. 7 minutes. And It's going to be called Great Abs Guaranteed, and there's this guy, this trainer that I met, a buddy of mine, who a mutual contacted introduced me to, named Tony Horton, and he's really funny, and we're going to put him on a beach. The same model that we did with 8-minute abs is going to be called Great Abs Guaranteed, and we're going to try Thin Thighs Guaranteed. But if that doesn't work, I got an idea in hardware. I got an idea in music. I got an idea in housewares, like cooking products, right? So we're going to try 5 things for you guys, and if I can't make one of these 5 things work, then it was a big failure, but at least we gave it a shot. And if it works, it's going to be big. So, and we said, whichever one of these 5 goes first, that's the kind of company it's going to be. I wasn't a fitness guy, I wasn't a fitness guru, I'm just a marketer. And I know how to use TV to generate customers. So that we go out, and I mean, we didn't have any money, so we sneak out on the beach with our cameras. You're supposed to have a permit, right? So we go out there, and John and I had this whole plan that if the cops came to shut us down, I would look at him and be like, you have the permit, right? And he'd be like, no, I thought you had the permit. And be like, oh, well, he's going to go to the office and get the permit. And the office was really far away. It was a whole mile away, but he would drive really far away. And we would be done, because we're just shooting a 7-minute video, right? So we would be done by the time we got back. I couldn't find it. Oh, shut her down. So we shot this video, and Tony did a great job, and I think it was like the first time he had done a whole workout video. He had done some infomercial work and stuff like that, but did a great job with that video. He brought his great personality to it, and we made a commercial. So the question is, are we going to be a fitness company, or is this going to fail? Is Thin Thighs going to work, or are we going to be a hardware company? And again, what we told the investors is, whatever works, if we make one work, that's what we're going to be. And we're not going to be one of these infomercial companies that does all the things. That's what I left back in Philadelphia from that partner, and I was like, I want to focus, I want to build something. Because you had the internet revolution going on, I'm like, I want to really build something. Now understand, I'm just a guy with a little bit of money in the bank. I'm not taking a salary at this point, and every day it's possible that I'm going to completely fail, right? It's totally possible that I'm going to be absolutely wiped out. And what is my backstop? Then I'll just start over. I have value in this world, I'm just going to start over. But while I'm doing it, just like Tracy said, I'm going to do it all the way. With courage, with leadership, with vision, with absolute commitment to what I set out to be, the kind of person I've decided I wanted to be, not just a person that's making profit, not just a person that's selling stuff on TV, but a person that believes in what I'm doing. So, Great Abs Guaranteed goes on TV, and it works. We know on the first weekend that starts to generate income. And we produce a commercial for Thin Thighs Guaranteed. It works. The model starts to work. And this is actually when the internet boom was going really big, so it was actually not easy to make a commercial work on TV at that time. So we were like, okay, we're a fitness company. Call the investors. Good news. We're a fitness company. And we're going to come up with a brand over top so that every product that we market on TV is going to bring people back to this central place, because we thought, you know what, there's no brand that when somebody thinks, I want to really get in shape, I want to know I'm going to get in shape, I want to know that I'm going to lose weight, where should I go? And they might think about the gym, or they'll probably go buy some running shoes. They'll think Nike, I want to get the good running shoes. And but they might do Weight Watchers or whatever, but there's no brand that you go, that's the one. And we're like, you know what? We're going to create the brand that people go, that's the one. All the while, we're a teeny little company with no cash. Like just a little bit of money that the investors gave us. We could have failed at any time. And there were times that I thought we were going to fail. I had a meeting we had been in business for 12 months, and as good as everything was, you got bills, cash flow, inventory, managing, all these things. I'm not a professional CEO, so I'm trying to make it work. I'm learning as I go. And I had a meeting with a company who hired us to be a consult with them, because they were going to get into the LASIK business. So I just got this little bit of cash flow, and I knew that I had the next 6 months locked in terms of cash flow to be able to support the company. I still wasn't taking any salary. I was roughly 16, 17 months into the business. I was not taking a salary, and just living, everything was like, let's see, I can have a half a sandwich today, and then tomorrow I can have the other half, but I'll trim the crust and I'll have that for breakfast. So So, you know, you just keep on working, keep surviving, keep making things work. You gotta survive while you make it work. But you still make the commitment and you go with it. You go for it. You live up to who you want it to be. So we had this other idea. What's the next thing going to be? Okay, well, first off, we had to decide what's the big brand going to be. I thought, well, great body, we had great abs guaranteed, thin thighs guaranteed. Great body is a pretty good name. So greatbody.com, I was like, that's going to be good. So I looked at it, greatbody.com was not available. I was like, shoot. That was going to be perfect. Happening body, sweet body, naked body, hard body, fast body, super body, Carl body, no. Beach body, beach body. Yeah, that's a little gratuitous. I don't know if Tracy Moore would ever go for that. Beach body. Let me see if it's available. All these people on the internet, I doubt it's available. Let's call it Beachbody. We're going for it. John's like, I don't know. Come on, John, let's go for it. All right, we go for it. So the company is going to be called, the brand is Beachbody.com. Born in 1999, the late 1999. And we had a half-naked girl laying across the top of the page with our 2 videos underneath her. It was a huge juggernaut on the internet. So we had this other idea. It's like, now we've got to make a big bet. We're going to do an infomercial, because those were 2 60-second and 120-second spots, the thin thighs and great abs. So I had this idea for a 90-day program, because when I had first met Tony, he had put me through some fitness, very simple stuff, just a circuit training thing, and I had gotten in decent shape, right? And again, I'm not a fitness guy. I don't enjoy working out. Actually, I take that back. I don't mind working out that much. I just can't stand making myself work out. I don't like getting to it. There's so many other things I'd like to do. It's like, oh, Mom, I don't wanna. So, you know, I'm not a fitness guy that's like, yes, I get to work out today. I have to drag myself, trick myself there, hide money in the gym, whatever. So this idea, when I was in college, I used to row. I was on what they call the crew, thanks. So as they call it, a straight 8, right? So everybody, my oar's on the right, the next guy behind me's oar's on the left, the next guy's on the right. There's 8 guys. They call it straight, sweep 8. And there's the coxswain in the front. And the coxswain is the person that's going stroke, stroke. And you see the boats next to you, right? And you're just pulling, and your seat is sliding, and you're doing this, and you gotta pull, you gotta get your oar out of the way of the guy in front of you, because he's gonna push back. So if you leave your oar here, he hits you, so everybody's working together. And when you row, you are pulling as hard as you possibly can together. It's a great metaphor for teamwork, right? Because you have to all be in the same line. So the coxswain is counting the stroke, and you're pulling as hard as you can, and then the coxswain sees that there's Yale over here, there's Stanford over there, and if you pull hard for 20 strokes, you're gonna pull ahead of them. So the coxswain will say, we're gonna do a power 20 in 5, 4, 3, 2, and then everybody in that boat, even though they're pulling as hard as they can, pulls a little bit harder and does a power 20. And you can feel the boat literally pick up speed and raise up. It's wild, okay? So like the boat lifts up out of the water as it planes a little bit more. And 20, and everybody's like, yeah, we're gonna pass these mothers. So then you're going right. And so now, and even though you're pulling as hard as you can, you find those 20 strokes and you give it all you can, and then you back off for another 10 or whatever, it's kind of an interval. Then it calls for another power 20 or a power 10 just to get to that finish line. Well, this idea was the same thing. We're all busy. We all don't have time. We all have kids. We're all tired. It's everything, but I'm so tired of this muffin top. I'm tired of feeling fat in my jeans. I'm tired of not feeling confident to be able to go out and swim or go to the beach. So I'm going to do a power 90. 90 days of working out for about a half hour to 45 minutes a day. I'm just going to put my head down. I'm not going to question it. I'm going to get my butt down into that gym or down into that living room, and I'm going to do it. That was the concept of Power 90. And everybody in the infomercial business that we told this idea to, our media people, our telemarketing people, said, that is stupid. You can't sell that because it's work. Eating right, working out, some supplements to assist you. Where's the magic pill? Where's the secret hook? We're like, you know what? I see enough stuff on TV that I would never buy. I wouldn't buy any of these zappers and circles and swings. I just don't believe it. I look at it and I go, that doesn't work. But maybe if I saw somebody give me a program that I could do down in my living room, I would do it. So we're going to go for it. Courage, leadership, because I think it might work for me. Just like 8-minute abs. I think that's about what I want to do in terms of abs, so I'm going to go for it. So again, we turned to our main man, Tony Horton. We put a program together. John and I actually did it in his apartment with him. We developed this thing together. Tony was the trainer. I'm vomiting in his bathroom because I'm pushing myself too hard. It's like, just, it's intense. But we knew that, look, our before and after photos, because we don't have anybody else doing this program, our before and after photos are what we're going to use to represent this to people. So the very first Beachbody Challenge group was born. Tony Horton, Carl Daikeler, and John Condon. We're driving from the office to Tony's apartment. It was a few miles every day for 90 days. I have a newborn at home. I am exhausted, right? I'm designing literally, so then I would go home and I would sit, you know how the legend of Hewlett-Packard, how it was developed in a little garage? Well, somewhere on, I think it's Cascio Street, somewhere in West Hollywood, there's a little garage next to a little teeny house that we paid $1,000 a month for, where I sat in that garage at a desk and I wrote the Power 90 guidebook. So that was the birth of Power 90, and but we bet every penny we had to make this infomercial. And I remember the first time we saw the concept from the producer. He had people, it was the in-home boot camp for 90-day transformation. And the first, creative was like people in fatigues, boot camp. And I was like, no, that's just not what we want to do. And John and I used, and then we did a focus group or a test group where we got more people. Again, we inspired them with our results. I lost something like 22 pounds. Got in really good shape with it. But it took a while, right? I lost that 22 pounds in 90 days. But the first 30 were not all that good because we hadn't dialed the program in yet. I was still eating terrible. I hadn't got my portions going yet. But John was pushing me, Tony was pushing me. We were a daily Beachbody Challenge group. And because there were some times, once we had the workouts dialed in, we made little demo workouts, and I would do it at home, John would do it at his home, Tony would check in with us, we kept each other accountable. So then we did the results group, and when we got the first infomercial done, there was John and I talking about it with our before and after photos on there, and we were like, you know what, it's pretty lame. Everybody knows that we had a vested interest in our success because we own the company. So who's going to believe us on there, right? I mean, you've got the Gillette guy or whatever who's like, I bought the company, or the guy with the hair. I'm not just the president, right? I'm a customer. And he's swimming through the pool, they're pulling him, look at me. So I was like, I don't think we belong in this infomercial. So we did a focus group, and we asked people, should we lose the 2 losers from the company? And they were like, no way. It totally inspired us. The fact that these guys believe in their product enough that they use it is a big deal, okay? So I was like, all right, I never wanted to be famous, and I never wanted to be on TV, but let's go for it. Side note, I've been recognized once at a Starbucks. It's hard to get famous. Literally, one time. And I didn't even get free coffee. So, John and I we had the test for Power 90. Ready to go. And the company remember I told you about the company, consulting company that had bridged us, we had enough capital going, they had just defaulted on their last payment. They defaulted. And I don't have any legal, why do I have to go chase them for the money for that month? So I'm like, okay, Power 90, this company goes under if Power 90 does not work. And we were literally sitting at a computer, looking at the telemarketing results as the first airing of the first weekend. We were down in Mexico. And so we dial in, we're looking at the numbers. Like you can see, 1 order, 2 orders. We needed 17 orders for this particular airing to pay out. 12, 13, 14. Now the airing's been over for 10 minutes. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We got 20 orders, and the upsells, we upsell people, which goes to a whole margin model, and the upsells worked. John went and made margaritas. We were on base. Power 90's working. People are really getting fit. We then had a meeting. Our former company set up a meeting. They were impressed with Power 90. They liked great abs guaranteed, thin thighs guaranteed. They saw that we had been now survived for around 18, 19 months. And they were like, hey, these guys, they came to play. So they put us in a meeting with Mary Lou Henner to talk about a Pilates program, I think. So we're in this lunch and we're talking, and I hadn't felt at that point that Pilates is very difficult to teach. It's an art form, and it's not something that's easy to teach on a video. Anybody who says they're teaching it on a video, I kind of doubt it. You can sell it, but that doesn't mean that it's good, right? So I was kind of doubtful there, and I didn't feel good about it. I didn't feel it was the right direction of the company, but she said something really interesting. She said she ran a message board where people were supporting each other to get results with her program. And I was like, John, did you hear that? That was kind of interesting. So we went out, we found what a message board was, we didn't know, and we put up a message board under Beachbody.com. And John was the first guy posting, and he would answer himself. How do I swing my leg through in runner's pose? Well, thanks for asking, Susie. Here's what you do. So back and forth, he's answering himself, I'm asking some questions, and then all of a sudden, customers start to come in, they start to ask questions, and then there's this one customer, this one prospect goes, Power 90, scam? Question mark? And John comes into my office, he goes, should I, we're still moderating because we don't know what people are going to say, so we're like, should we put this up or not? And I was like, you know what? We're either the real deal or we're not. Put it up and let's see what happens. So he posts that up and we watch. And then we watched as customers came to our defense and said, it's absolutely the real deal. I've got the best shape of my life in 90 days. You're going to love it. And then you go down about 10, 15 different responses, and the person goes, you guys sold me, I'm going to get it. So over the course of the next couple years, there's Power 90, there's Slim and 6, there's hard times in there, there's times when I don't know if the company's going to make it, because you grow at overhead, right? Yet every time you do a new product, there's all this overhead you have to add to support it. There's technology, there's the internet. But we're not taking a lot of money off the company, we're putting it right back in. Create some profit, put it right back in, develop new products, develop Yoga Booty Ballet, Project U with Kathy Smith. Start the process of P90X, because customers are asking us, what are we going to do next? But in the process, customers start to send us their before and after photos. And we go, hey, wait a minute, this is a pretty cool cycle. We put a show out there, we do a little test group, and then the customers actually give us the undeniable proof that this thing works. And that creates more demand. And those customers are sending us new customers. Now, I'm going to fast forward a few years into 2004, 2005. We do a little test with Target to see if we have all this TV exposure, how are we going to take advantage of all this TV exposure? Because more people will buy elsewhere than will buy from TV, because they don't trust those darn infomercial scam people. So, and we've got all this awareness of Power 90. So, and Slim and 6 at that point. So we did a deal with Target. We put Slim and 6 up for sale on Target. And it's barely moves the needle. Doesn't move at all. It's just another DVD on the shelf. You don't have people bringing it to life. You don't have smiling faces, ripped abs, slim people running down the beach. It's just another DVD sitting next to Denise Austin and Barney. So we killed that deal. That didn't work. And I'm sitting at lunch with John, and I was like, you know what? Just sort of one of those moments when you just absolutely take stock. I was like, I'm not a fitness guy. How did I manage to get in really good shape? I got in good shape because I knew I had a financial interest in it. I was vomiting in Tony's second bathroom because I wanted to get so ripped with Power 90 because I needed that product to work on TV. So my financial future was tied to my success. And I had support group around me, John and Tony. I was like, what if we recreated that? We've got all these customers referring people to us, but they're not getting paid for it, which means that they do 90 days of Power 90, they lose 50 pounds, they do this unbelievable discipline, but then they refer people and it's over and they might put the weight back on. There's no incentive for them to keep it off except for their own discipline, and that is hard. And we had been pitched on network marketing. We had looked at network marketing through Herbalife. They were thinking about working with them where we would put our products into their distribution catalog, and then they were not interested because they couldn't get their head around the infomercial model. And we were like, you know what if we do it, but we do it differently. Where we do it where it's not about getting people rich first, although we would love to get people rich. It's first about making a difference in the business model of health and fitness, because the gym model is not working. $18 billion model, It's an $18 billion business, yet we have a trend of obesity going up. We have people, 60% of the people who join a gym quit. That model doesn't work. You got people selling stuff on TV. Some of it works, some of it doesn't. You got these diets, people go on them, people go off them. Something's not working. What works? Accountability, groups, and a financial incentive. So we put it out there. We called it $1 Million Body. I called people like Tracy, like Doug, 41 or so founders. A couple of network marketing guys came in there, and it was like the body rejected the organ. Those guys were gone so fast. Like literally, one of the guys was crying. They don't like me. With his cowboy hat. And it was just like, dude, you totally came on too strong. You don't get what these people are about. We are about people helping people. From day one, we knew what we were going to be about. We had success stories. We had all of our Power 90 and Slim and 6 and Turbo Jam success stories featured. We're like, that's what we're going to get more of. And the more of these you get, the more success stories that you feature, Jim, Tom, Mike, the more success stories that you show on your Facebook page that you were a part of, or that Beachbody is a part of, the more you attract in business, right? That's the way it works. You show people that your product is for real. Not only is it easy to represent that to friends and family, but you can feel good about it at the same time. It's a much easier sell than some shake that you have no idea if it's any good, or some bar of soap that's just another bar of soap. That's why we felt good about it. Why did I feel okay about putting the database on the line in our relationship with valuable customers that were supporting our other customers, like Tracy Morrow? Why did I feel comfortable betting that into this icky network marketing model, a model that John or I would never have participated in as individuals, because it was a turnoff of commercializing your relationships, total turnoff. Because with a trend of obesity and no way to engage people in their own health and fitness, this was the way to do it. If somebody's going to get results with P90X, which is hard to do, man, I'm not going to, who was it that lost 50 pounds with P90X I mentioned? Yeah, amazing, right? I mean, 50 pounds with P90X, that's a huge success story. He deserves the upside if he creates demand for that product. And to continue his results, that's what Tommy Migrant said to me in an interview one time. He's like, dude, I think he lost 150 pounds or 130 pounds or something. He's like, I'm an emotional eater. I would have totally put that weight back on, except for the fact that I know my income counts on me getting up on that stage and representing what this product is about. So we have now expanded from that little Beachbody Challenge group, John and Carl and Tony, to this network marketing model, which, started calling it $1 Million Body, with giving away $250,000 to 2 winners, and we went down to a little $500,000. We're like, oh, wait a minute, something's off here. Change the name of the business to Team Beachbody, right? Bring it under the hood, make it one big thing so people go, I need to get in shape, I need to work out. Beachbody, that's where I'm going to do it. I have a friend down the street who's telling me about this thing, Beachbody. I'm going to call him, I'm going to call her. When people are ready to do it, we want you to be in position to say, I did it, I still do it, and I'll help you, I'll support you in doing it. That's what it has been for us. Trying things. I was saying to Doug, I make more decisions on a day right now as the company has gotten over $400 million in sales. Imagine that now. Now, let me tell you something. I'm a guy, my first goal was, I want to get this to $100 million a year in sales. That'd be 1 million people a year spending about $100. That'd be $100 million. I would be the richest person that I ever heard of. That's what, I'm like, oh my God, that would be so cool. And I didn't know that how the taxes worked, so that you gave all that money back to I'm in the top 1% here, government. But you continue to grow, and you keep reinvesting, and you keep building. And oh my God, this can be much bigger. I had bankers in this week. You got to have a relationship with your bankers so they know your checks aren't going to bounce, and they give you a line of credit and all that stuff. Even though the company's debt free, I said that they were like, give us your pitch. And I went through all the stuff we're doing, all the decisions that we're making. And they were like making notes, and they're like, you're really doing all this? You're really putting P90X certification together? That network really grew by 75% last year when the DRTV business, the infomercial business, was stagnant in this economy? It grew by 75%. It grew by 75% selling a shake that costs $120 a bag of powder? You're the best business ever. Honestly, they're blown away. Here's what they're blown away by. They're not blown away just by the results. They're not just blown away by the fact that financially the company is stable, not just the fact that the company is doing all this and that it is committed to what it's doing. What they love about it is the fact that everything we do is absolute quality, that they don't have to look over their shoulder as to when's the other shoe going to drop on this company. We have a demonstrated track record of living up to what it's one of our core values, is commit and deliver on your promises. Not always perfect, but we always give it our best. We always see it all the way through. When we say Shakeology is going to be great, it's going to be great. When we say we're going to come out with a new flavor, it's got to live up to all the statements that we made and actually surpass where we've been in the past. That's why it takes a long time. I met with a scientist the other day we were talking about Shakeology, and he couldn't believe how fast we turn stuff out and about the kind of health effects that it has for people. But that takes time, that takes massive investment, and that takes courage, and that takes leadership. We are now over $400 million a year, this company. My goal, this is just me, and I'm sorry for all the corporate people who are here, I'm trying to double that or triple that next year. We have a lot more. But I'm not trying to double or triple that so that we can be richer, so that we can be wealthier. That will be a nice consequence. I'm trying to double and triple that because there is so much market demand for what we do that we just have to get the word out more. We have to expand the circle. So we come out with products like Tai Chi, the Tai Chi program that will launch in February, so that more people who could never contemplate P90X or Insanity or even Hip Hop Abs or Power 90 or Slim and 6. They need something truly gentle, right? That's what Tai Chi is going to be for. Or something that's famous like Les Mills Pump that's going to attract new people to us. New flavors of Shakeology. We're going to constantly come up with new things. The cleanse that you'll hear more about at the Super Saturday event. At the end of the day, all this investment, all this effort is completely meaningless if we don't get the word out there. If we don't give you, empower you, show you that it's worth having the courage to step up and tell 5 people, just 5 people, that the first week of January you are having a challenge group. Because right now we have the potential of the legacy to our kids is that they will not live as long as we live. We have the potential that we will be in behaviors that are creating a lymphatic system so toxic and so disease-filled that diabetes will double in the next 15 years. Are you kidding me? We have the tools. It's not about medicine. It's not about anything but better lifestyle. But who can do it? Government can't do it. Your company can't do it. We have to do it for each other. We have to step up, have the courage to be leaders. I'm encouraging people, starting this week, if you're making notes, write down Tribes by Seth Godin. You want to understand how we're different than the competition. You want to be reminded how special it is what we do. You want to be reminded how important it is that you be a leader and not be a victim of what is competition that is completely willing to misrepresent and say anything they can to get you into their business. That's the ick factor. You got to remember how important it is what we do. People helping people. I put a post up on Facebook last night that I want to be the first company that represents that the truth and that people helping people can actually win over lies and misrepresentation. That's what our job is. But that takes courage. That takes accountability. That means that sometimes you're going to lose friends. Friends who misrepresent themselves to you. Friends who get enamored of just, how can I make some cash? Oh my God, I can get a black BMW over there. Or I can just sell some wrinkle cream. You know what I'm saying? It's going to happen. And there's going to be other cars. Other companies are going to have other cars and other flashy things. And it's going to look so cool. And oh my God, I just have to drink a cake shake? It's going to be so awesome. And then the people who walk away, the people who give away what they've built, the quality, and they turn on their own heart. Can you imagine turning on your own heart when what you believe, what you experience is something that gets people in shape, that truly gets them healthy, that truly feeds their body maybe for the first time in their lives, and you turn on that great feeling in your heart for your wallet? That cannot feel good, man. And I don't want that for anybody, and I definitely don't want that for me. I see the posts. I see the stuff on Facebook where people are bragging about their new car and about their income. And sometimes I go, dang, why am I not doing better? And then I go, because I don't want to be that. I just don't care. I don't care if it's just 2 of us. At the end of the day, if it's just me standing in front of a room talking to 2 people, I'm going to continue with the same theme. That we're going to be people, helping 200 million people get healthy and fit in this country. We have somebody, ASL, for the deaf and hearing impaired. Here's a community that has unlimited income opportunity, that they can work this business online, help people get healthy and fit without any barrier based on the handicap. There's not that many opportunities for people who are hearing impaired, sight impaired, whatever the impairment is, that they just get over. You listen to Marley Matlin, here's somebody who did not accept any limitations for her life. So I go back to the beginning of the movie. Today, not tomorrow, not next week, but again tomorrow and next week, but today, and I mean today. At some break, they're going to give you a potty break, you get on your phone and you make your first phone call. You go back into the back office, the Coach Training Academy, you use your memory jogger. What are you not doing in the game plan that you're supposed to be doing, that we told you we're doing? We're not putting that stuff out there because we want to market a game plan. It's because that's what we've seen that works. You got to use your memory jogger. I haven't talked to my accountant. I haven't talked to my acupressure person. I haven't talked to my advertising, whatever. You're going to go through the A's and the B's, and you're going to go through it, and you're going to have 100 new people. And you're like, oh my God, I need to talk to all these people. Do you have 100 friends on Facebook? Do you have 100 followers on Twitter? If you don't, find out how to get some more. And then you're going to get those people, 5 of them, into a challenge group to start January 1st. And what does being in a challenge group mean? You are a coach. As a coach, you are doing an incredible service, and you've got to believe in the value of your service. You're giving accountability to people, and you're giving support to them, and that is for free. In exchange for that, you expect them to have the tools required to get results, because you do not want, I'm telling you, you do not want to give that service to somebody who doesn't appreciate it. And by appreciate it, I mean get the results with it. They need to have the challenge pack. Not because you want to sell them, not because you want to make that $250 that month by getting 5 people. Wouldn't that be nice? But what would really be nice is to know that the people you care about have Shakeology because that product is so good for you. I don't drink it because I sell it. I drink it because I eat like a second grader, and that's for real. And this is how I know I'm getting my veggies. You know they have their workout. You know they have support, proven to help people get results since we started the message boards. You know that they've got the support because they've got the Team Beachbody VIP membership, so they can have video chats with me. I think I have another chat next week at some point. Anyway, check that out if you're a member of the club. They've got the tools that they need so that when you're giving them support as a Beachbody coach, you know that your love and your support and your effort is being received in kind by people who value it and appreciate it. And that's the price. That's the price of admission. And a Beachbody Challenge Pack costs less than joining a gym. A Beachbody Challenge Pack costs less than that Bowflex that they are buying or were buying, or that Total Gym. That still leaves them, what do I eat? It must sound cockney. So you know it's a value. Somebody who goes, $120 bag of powder, I really just don't get it. And then what you say is, look, that's $4 a serving. You heard about this McDonald's news this week, right? 15% of a burger is actual beef, and the other 85% of it is, I don't know, chicken feathers and fillers washed in colon cancer-causing ammonia. I'm loving it. You know, not many people walk out of a McDonald's without spending $4 for that meal. You know, the Coke and the fries and the whatever. So you're talking $4 is a problem that's filled with dense superfoods that actually is proven to reduce people's cholesterol, keep them satiated. Anybody who's seen this Ryan Fouts video who tried another shake and then came back because all of a sudden he realized that, oh my God, his allergies came back, he was always hungry with that other shake because it wasn't feeding him. You gotta believe that that $4, it's not $120, it's $4 for the healthiest meal of the day, for real. You gotta believe in it. When somebody goes, that's $120, you say, no it's not, it's $4. You wanna go to Starbucks and see what you can get for $4? You wanna see go to McDonald's, see what you can get for $4? You guys gotta believe in it. Courage, leadership. Is the world gonna end at the end of this movie, or is it gonna go on? It goes on because you have the courage today to start a challenge group that starts the first week of January. It goes on because you are leaders. You read Tribes by Seth Godin. We'll be talking about it online. We're going to reinvigorate ourselves. We're going to put a line in the sand and say, you know what, I'm done messing around with this. I'm done apologizing for this, because you can feel good about it, because I feel good about it, because we have not rounded any corners. This company stands for what it believes in, and that's helping people lead healthy, fulfilling lives and achieving their goals. That's our mission. We believe in it, we live it, and we need you to live it too with courage, passion, and leadership. Thank you for coming today. It's going to be a great day.